All right. Welcome to the Capital Gains Tax Solutions podcast, where we believe most high net worth individuals and those who help them struggle with clarifying their capital gains tax deferral options. Not having a clear plan is the enemy, and using a proven tax deferral strategy, such as the deferred sales trust, is the best way for you to grow your wealth. Hey, I'm your host, Brett Swartz. In each episode, I am joined by some of the best real estate, finance, and wealth minds in the world, where they share their ideas, deal stories, and inspiration. So together we can make complex tax deferral strategies simple and passive income plans achievable. Hey, I'm excited about our next guest. He is the founder of the Business Bros podcast, and the goal is to help you create wealth today and generational wealth for tomorrow by effectively adding insurance into your existing business. And through the power of podcasting, to help you take control of your branding and marketing. And he also is a fellow EXP. He hangs his license under EXP as well. That's where I hang my license as well. So there's some synergy there as well. We're going to talk about that right now. Please welcome Hernan Cias to the show. Hey, Hernan, how you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Thanks, Brett, for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. Would you tell us a little bit more about your story and your current focus?
Absolutely. I don't know about anybody else out there, but whoever's in the sales industry, I found it difficult to sit down and have a 5-minute sales call with people. 9 times out of 10, people were saying no. And I wanted to increase that ratio. So I decided to flip that value proposition around. And instead of asking people for 5 minutes of their time for me to sell them something, I thought I'd invite them to have 45 minutes to promote what it is that they're doing on my podcast. All of a sudden, that ratio switched from 9 out of 10 people saying yes, and the Business Bros was born.
Fantastic. So adding value first, hearing their story, and then finding out if there's any synergy for what you're doing can fit into what they're doing. Is that a fair summary?
That's a accurate summary. I almost used a 4-letter word there, but that's an accurate summary.
Right on. Before we dive into that, I want to take a step back and help our audience get to know you a little bit more. So I'm curious, who is Hernan growing up? Where did you grow up? Give us a little bit of that background, but not so much just that. I want you to focus on what maybe one of the gifts that you were given. I believe we're all been given certain, I think they're God-given gifts in this life, and these gifts are given to us so that we can bless and help others. So what is that one gift, maybe that one superpower that you believe you were given, and how does that help how you help others today?
I believe my superpower is I can listen and I'm consistent, right? Those are the only 2 things that I really think I can take to any industry I've been in. When I was a kid, I remember one of the first girls I ever had a crush on. I don't think she ever really liked me back, but I always used to tell people, I'm like, dude, you got to think of me like mold, right? I grow on you over time. So, I would talk to these people and I'd get to know them, talk to this girl, listen to her problems. And before long, she grew to like me. Why? Because I would listen to her problems, right? I would listen to her issues, offer my support, be that shoulder to cry on. And I think that has been something that I've done over time, over and over again. When I first started my very first business and I ended up going broke, one of the main reasons was I didn't understand how taxes worked. I didn't understand how business operated. I had no idea about accounting. I had zero clue about anything. I was a young 22-year-old kid starting in business. And so then I got out of that and I decided to get into taxes and sitting down and listening to people, right? Sitting down and asking them that question. So how was your year? And then being that accountant therapist that sits down and listens to their overall story and then pulls, the important pieces of that story to help them get a good financial plan or at least report their tax return was a great skill that I've done. And I've used it over and over again in this whole podcasting space. People are like, oh, you're a good speaker. You're good at talking to people because you have a podcast. And that's actually the opposite. I'm really good at listening to people. And then I know what stuff to ask because I'm actually interested in what they're talking about. And same thing for real estate, right? People are maybe on the fence about selling a property or buying a property, but you listen to those details that are going on in their life and you help find the key points that can help them get to that destination they want to go to. So for me, it was listening and consistency. Show up every day. Open those ears, and then the opportunities are going to flow through.
Absolutely love it. And we're going to dive more into that in the full interview. But in this particular little teaser interview, we're focusing on the biggest challenge, frustration that maybe you, a friend or a family member or client has had when it comes to capital gains tax deferral options. So what is that?
Yeah, so I think the biggest struggle I've noticed, and this has happened time and time again, is people don't know it exists. You and I might be able to sit down and have a conversation because we speak finance, right? We speak taxes and accounting, but the average person does not. They've never heard of capital gains tax for the most part. When case in point is the whole Donald Trump paying $750 in income tax. That is one piece of the tax code. That is income tax. That has nothing to do with capital gains tax. That has nothing to do with self-employment tax. So the fact that I come into a situation and I'm listening to the client's story and I see their overall picture and I can see where, hey, by the way, yeah, you're going to sell your property, but rather than just keeping X amount of dollars, would you rather keep this larger amount of money? And now you've opened up that concept in their mind, like, wait, you're going to get me a little bit more. I use it as a unique selling proposition. It's educating the client on the opportunities that are there for them to be beneficial, not so much for you to get a commission check, but for them to achieve the goals that they want to achieve. So for me, it's a unique selling proposition and it's a great education piece.
Excellent. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. And for those who are listening, maybe considering selling something right now, high-end primary home, public stock, private stock, cryptocurrency, commercial real estate, and a business, you can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com and get clarity on what your options are, and maybe one of those fits. That being said, Hernan, for those who want to connect with you right now and find you, where's the best place for them to find you?
So you can find all our social media pages at Business Bros. Business Bros Pod is our handle. And if you want to just get a quick little shortcut, go to businessbros.biz.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, Hernan, for being on the show. And thanks everyone for listening. Look for the full show